She basically said, take the thing, wrap it around your finger, and shove it down his nose. I said, what? But you know what Bree did? I took it, shoved it around my finger, and shoved it down his nose. Like, this probably sounds so crazy. Hey loves, if you're new here, this channel is all about beauty locks, lifestyle vlogs, and we throw a little bit of nursing in there. So if that is your jam, come join the fam, y'all. And let's get into today's video. So I'm coming to y'all with my pros and cons of my nurse externship. So if you have not checked out my previous video on me having my nurse extern interview, it basically was for the emergency department, ER. So, y'all, I have been working. I think I worked 12 shifts now. I think I've worked 12 shifts, 12-hour shifts too. So I think and I have my iPad because I wrote my little notes. Y'all, my professor just posted our syllabus for this semester. Things about to get rolling, but yeah. So I've been working at this nurse externship. I started July 5th. I had orientation. The orientation at this hospital was like a week. So, and then eventually, like after that week, that's when I actually start working on the floor. So you have to orient, I think like 10 shifts. And then they basically throw you to the wolves and you do your own thing. But this particular nurse externship, I don't know about your state. I stay in Georgia. Just in case I get a question, like, because I know like not everybody knows what a nurse externship is. It's basically like an internship, extern, intern, I don't know what's the difference with the words. But it's basically an internship where you shadow a nurse. And a lot of people like to say nurse externships, you're just basically a glorified CNA. Working here, I have not felt that. But I guess every situation is different, and I am in the ER, so that says a lot. But I will say that they do expect you to do a lot of PCT work. So CNA, certified nursing assistant, basically caregiver, taking care of a patient, cleaning, wiping, brushing teeth. You thinking activities of daily living. You thinking like their daily life, and that's what I think of when I think of a CNA. I know there's CNAs that out there, they pass out meds. Different states, different rules. I get that. Every CNA, some CNAs do a lot more in their scope of practice. But usually the CNAs, they just stick to the cleaning, the feeding, all that other stuff. The thing with this hospital I'm at, they have PCTs. So they have this thing where they're patient care technicians. They believe that you can come here and you can come to this hospital and you don't have to be a certified CNA to become a PCT. You can come and they train you and you become a PCT. Their PCTs do blood work, like, well, basically labs, feeding, you know, cleaning, like honestly, we can sit here and say just the PCTs / whatever you want to say, CNA, whatever it is, whatever you want to call it, because it's just, I think we just get into the word game and it just gets messy. Y'all, at the end of the day, I don't care what nobody say, a nurse can wipe that behind too. If a doctor's in there, if a physician is in there, I don't see what's wrong with a physician wiping the behind too. But that's neither here or there. That's just my own opinion. But yeah, so I was under the impression while I was in orientation that I was told I'm supposed to do so many days as a PCT, and then I scheduled days with my manager to be to do my nurse externship. So I'll be working under a nurse and actually learning things. And when I did my interview, I was told that, hey, I'll work under a nurse's license, and I basically, as I learned things in nursing school, I'll be doing those things at work. That's what I was told. Y'all, my work, what I've been doing is something that, like, it's not even that. Like, as soon, day one, I was doing, like, okay, I'm not trying to, because people gonna be like, girl, you was doing that. All of this is under the license of a nurse. I've done NG tubes, nasal gastric tubes. I've done, I've done condom catheters. I've done catheters. I've done straight in and out catheters. I've done peripheral catheters, several of them. I've done lab work, which that's under the scope of the PCT that they expect you to be able to do that, just basic labs. But y'all, I've worked under nurses. Like, my experience at this ER, think about it. ER is fast paced. I've done a lot. I've done a lot. I've seen bladder irrigation with a man with blood all in his catheter. Like, it just plugging it out, trying to get the blood clots out. I've seen so much, and previous to this, me getting this job, I haven't had any experience. So I've learned a lot, y'all. I've learned a lot. I don't care what, but let's get to the pros and cons. Y'all see, I talk too much. Y'all gotta let me know. I get on my high horse. So what y'all want, pros or cons first? Let's get to the cons first, because y'all know I'm positive. So let's go and get through the cons so we can get through this thing and we can go and get into the good stuff, okay? So cons. CNA work. I am in so many Facebook forums. Like, I love the melanated nursing. I like, nothing against all the other Facebook groups. I'm in other diverse Facebook groups, but I love the black nursing students, black nursing groups. I love the, like, my own school has an actual nursing group that everybody shares, like nursing resources, ways to study, all that. So, like, I'm in all those groups. I say this to say, when one person comes in a group and they ask that anonymous question, how y'all feel about nurse externships, it's always a couple of them on there that got something negative to say. And it's always this one.
All you is a glorified CNA. All you doing is CNA work.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I think out of all my shifts, and I've worked like 12 shifts, I've only wiped one behind. And yes, I am in the ER, so everybody's coming in and going out, and some people are being admitted, so that's the one behind I had to wipe. Like, it was a patient, she was being admitted and she made an accident on herself, and I was helping her. That was it. Like, okay. Like, I feel like it's what you make out of it. And I guess because I did chose ER, I'm pretty sure if I was like med surge or something, like, I guess I could wipe a couple more behinds. I don't know, but that's like the popular one everybody wants to go for. Oh, you're just a glorified CNA. No, baby. If you want to go work with, we're not going to positive, we're staying negative, Y'all see how I get ahead? Like, when the devil try to give you a negative and you throw him like, nah, buddy, like, you can do this and you can do that. Nah, like, let's go back to the cons. But that's the biggest one. Everybody feels like a CNA work and, you gonna wipe butts all day, you feeding people, you ain't doing nothing fun as no nurse extern. And don't think you better than anybody. Negativity, and they salty. It's okay. You go do your prereqs, do your anatomy and physiology and your microbiology, and baby, if you make it, you can join this too. Why be negative? Some people. All right. Another negative I threw in there, the work-life school balance. So I haven't really dealt with this just yet, but I'm already feeling the pressure.
The pressure is getting deeper. Steeper.
Y'all, because I'm thinking about the fact that to keep my nurse externship, I have to work 48 hours. I I have to work 2 holidays a year. And at first I was told by my manager, oh, you only got to work 2 shifts a month. No. 48 hours on the contract states that's 4 shifts a month. Now, mention I have class Monday, just by my syllabus, well, just by my planner on, you know, on the school website. I haven't really started. I don't start classes until the 21st, Monday. Y'all, it states that I have a class on Monday, I have a class on Wednesday, and I have no classes on Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. But this semester, we have 2 clinicals. I have a peds clinical and I have a med-surg clinical. So I'm pretty sure those are going to either be Tuesday, Thursday, or Friday. Or we might have Thursday off, or we might have Friday off. I know they're going to take 2 of those days. And 1 might be a free day. But like day 1, I have Sims Lab. Like, so it's like it's kind of hard to plan and schedule, especially when we don't even have our clinical schedule yet. So I'm starting to feel that pressure right now, because it's like I just threw days on that schedule because I don't really know when I can work. And y'all know I'm married. My husband, he works swing shift. If you OG, a perfectly imperfect bestie, you know my husband working security and he works swing shift. So I was already kind of battling to work around his schedule. And y'all, my village has not been villaging lately. So I don't know how I'm finna make this work. The kids are in school now. The girls have gymnastics on Wednesday. So it's a lot of stuff I'm gonna have to balance. But y'all gonna be with me and y'all gonna figure out how to do it. But one thing I'm big on, I'm just not gonna fight outside of God's will for my life. I'm really big on that. If this job becomes a hindrance and I find myself, I can't study for my exams, like, which I know there's people that work and do this. I know people that work full-time jobs and still go to school because they have to. I get that. My first semester, I didn't work. My husband, he provided for us. So yes, that's a blessing. That's a huge blessing. But I want to like work. I want to keep the hands-on experience. I actually like working at the ER. So I want to keep that going. So yeah, that's going to be my problem right now. That's a con for me. Con, being in the ER. This is all kind of based on ER. I can't tell you how a nurse externship is in a med-surg because I've never worked in a med-surg. Dialysis, I've never worked in dialysis. I don't know. So I'm just telling you my experiences of the ER. And the reason why I chose the ER, because I don't have any background of anything when it comes to working in a hospital. So this was, in a way, I was going to either sink or swim. Like, I threw myself into the experience. Because think about it, ER, you walk in, you don't know what you're walking into. So that can be a con and a pro. Because you're either going to sink or you're going to swim. Like, I've been around 2 codes lately. My first code, I actually gave CPR. They was like, Bree, we got a code coming in. We need you to do CPR. I'm like, I think I forgot how to do compressions. Instantly, I'm thinking, I'm freaking out, right? But as soon as that man came in and I seen the compression machine on him, they take the compression, all the nurses going in, the doctors giving orders. They're like, I need you to start doing compression. You stand by and you start doing your compressions. You just jump in and you start doing it. You start helping when you know that you're trying to save a life. Like, and I swam that day. You will surprise yourself. Like, the moment, because I was instantly like, oh shoot, I forgot how to do compressions. Like, you instantly like, you really want me to do this? I haven't done this. I took the class in August of last year. Like, I don't remember. Like, you know, so sink or swim. Sink or swim. Take a deep breath and just do it. Nike, just do it. Another con, fast pace. I feel like this is a big con because working in the ER is fast paced and they expect you to just be doing stuff. But y'all, I can turn anything into positive. It can be a positive. Like, in a way, I don't care what y'all say. If it's not life-threatening, I'm going to take my time and not feel pressured to do anything. Like, in the midst of a cold and it's saving, yeah, I get that. But if I'm sitting here doing like a procedure, like giving a patient like a catheter because they need to release and they're hurting and that, like, I just need to go to the bathroom, but I can't go. Like, I'm going to take my time, make sure I'm sterile, make sure my sterile field is correct. I don't care if they say, oh, we just slap those things on and we just do this. Not me. Not me, because this is my moment to learn. This is my moment to really take in what's the easier way for me to stick this catheter in. What's the easier way for me to put the lube on it, like, you know, the lubricant and all that other stuff. What's the easier way for me to set up my sterile field? Like, I'm learning. Nobody's going to take that from me because it's no rush. She ain't had to use the bathroom when she came in here. You get what I'm saying? I know she, you know, ready, but you get what I'm saying. Okay, and cons. I don't know why I put this one. Expectations are high. I guess because it depends on your precept. But y'all see how I'm questioning my own con? Because I try not to be negative. I really believe, okay, I really feel like I put that because I feel like the managers, they expect you to know stuff. And like day one, I was like, hey, today's my first day. And they're like, okay, I need you to go get the urine sample for room 28. I looked at her and I said, ma'am, I've never worked in a hospital before. I don't have any background. I don't know what you want me to do. That's when I feel like that could be a positive. Like, communicate. Even if people are expecting you to catch on it quick because they've been doing it for a long time, you are different. It doesn't matter what anybody expects. As long as you are setting doable expectations for yourself and what's the word I'm looking for? You're actually trying. Can't nobody take that from you. You're actually trying. You're asking questions. Can't nobody take that from you. I feel like another thing, I really wanted to go on here and say pros and cons. Cons, it's either a con or a pro. You know, you can ask older people and they was like, nurse externship, she never got paid for it. Which I didn't even put this on here about money. But I know somebody's probably going to ask me how much I get paid. I get paid $15 an hour. And they do incentives and all that other stuff. They do nurse, you know, shift differentials. Shift differential. Whatever. You know what I'm saying. Yeah, they do that. So $15. Think about it. Back in the day, they did it for free. So, and clinicals is free. You don't get paid to do clinicals. So, hey, I'm learning and I'm getting paid for it. Can't see how that con, you can get mad about $15 an hour? Because I heard, at first I was a little upset. I'm just being honest. I was a little upset about the $15 because I heard that PCTs get paid way more. And I'm like, if I'm in here putting in blood, sweat, and tears, and eventually you can hire me as a nurse, why am I getting paid $15 and the PCT getting paid, I think they was getting paid $17 or $18? That didn't make any sense to me. But, hey, what do I know, you know? So, pros. Let's get into the good stuff. The good stuff. Okay. You learn new things. Y'all, you learn new things. Like, I remember in clinicals learning about the NG tube, and I did an NG tube on a cold patient. She basically said, take the thing, wrap it around your finger, and shove it down his nose. I said, what? But you know what Bree did? I took it, shoved it around my finger, and shoved it down his nose. Like, this probably sounds so crazy, but it was just like, it was one of those things, this saving somebody's life, trying to get, because he had blood all, just to, you know, picture. He had blood all over him and blood all down. Like, they were trying to figure out where the blood was coming from. It was just crazy. It was craziness. Yeah, it was craziness. But who expects routine and order when you're trying to save somebody's life and someone is literally dying? So yeah, another pro. But yeah, you learn new things. Another pro is job placement. I feel like if this is something that you really do like, whatever nurse externship, go for somewhere that you know, like this little thing. Like, and I'm not a nurse yet, Y-E-T, yet. Because a lot of people say, oh, you should work med surg first. If you already know where you want to work, why not just work there? And I feel like that's the benefit of the nurse externship. You get a feel of what you want to do, and which I've heard so much positive and negative things, which I ask people, what are your negative things about the ER? Like, what's the one thing that make you just want to leave? Like, let me know. So when I start feeling like that, it's like, okay, this is something, not saying you want to just know all the negative, but I don't want to walk in here like it's all rainbows and unicorns and puppies, and there's actually deeper things that I'm not noticing. And then I become a nurse, and then it's just like, but Bree, you wasn't paying attention. You was too lost in the clouds. You wasn't, you know. So I want to know everything. So I just feel like the nurse externship, that's a good pro, because you can work in a location that you want to eventually be a nurse in. Like, some people work in peds. Some people work, maternity, labor and delivery, whatever, you know, whatever you do. I'm still like a little, like, there go my opinions. But yes, that's a great pro on this, because you get to find out what you like and what you don't like. And that's why I threw myself in the ER, because I wanted to know what I like and what I didn't like. Babies, I can't do it. I have kids of my own. I can't do sick babies. I can't do something happened to a kid and that's my ick. I can't do it. I don't want to look at vagina all day. I don't know if I want to do labor and delivery. Like, me per se, I just don't. Like, that's just, I know my things. I just don't want to look at that. That's just my thing. Okay, find another pro. You get to find your strengths and weaknesses. I just, you know, you see how I just rolled into that one? Because it's basically the same thing I said. It's some stuff I just learned that I don't think I want to do that. Like, some of the nurses that I work with, they're like, oh, I love wounds. Let me go in there. And then you got some of them nurses that's like about to throw up over cleaning a wound. And I'm actually okay with wounds. Like, and I learned that. I was like, oh, okay. So we're just cleaning his wound, okay. Did a wet to dry dressing. I remember that in clinical, and it was like, oh, okay, this is my experience to get to do it. I learned so much. Y'all, I don't know what's going on with me today, but I just keep rolling into the next one. You practice skills learned in school, so you get more of a hands-on experience. So yeah, like I said, the wet to dry dressing, I remember practicing it in skills lab, but to actually do it on a patient, I've never done that. So when I started in the ER, we had a patient. It took all four of us to do it because the patient was an amputee and he was big. So we had to move him to the side, and I helped her out. Which it showed me, like, yeah, smells get to me, but it don't be that bad. Like, so, they say GI bleeds stink, though. I don't think I've ever, I think I've smelt it, but I've never walked actually into the room to be like, okay, that's a GI bleed. And I've never smelled C. diff just yet. So, yeah. I haven't got there yet. But yeah, you get to practice hands-on skills. And then next, this is a big one. You get to shadow nurses and doctors. Sometimes you can ask the doctors like, hey, I heard there's a patient in so-and-so, like, hey, can I watch you do this? Or can I, you know, help assist you with this? And some of them are actually nice. Some of the doctors and some of the physicians are actually nice, and they'll allow you to go in there with them. Some of the nurses, y'all, they paired, like, some of the people they paired me with, like, because they paired me with nurse externs, and they told me, oh, go shadow the nurse extern, go help her out. You'll be, basically, the nurse extern was training me. When I tell y'all, not saying I dipped out on them, but baby, I dipped out. When I found a nurse that was doing something cool, and not only cool, even the boring stuff that, like, when the, one of the nurses was doing bladder irrigation, and they were trying to, I don't know if it's considered bladder irrigation, like, he, had blood clots stuck, and his catheter just wasn't working right, or whatever, and she had to, like, literally physically try to use the plunger thingy to get the blood clots out, which the blood shot all over her. That was crazy. That was a crazy experience. But bloody urine, yeah. But those were one of the things that I was able to see, and it was a cool experience because I asked her, hey, let me go with you. Or when I find out, like, a patient needs a condom catheter, or I've never seen a periwick or whatever it's called. Oh, you can come with me to go put this periwick on this lady. Okay. Bop, bop, bop. Show me how to do it. Okay, cool. The next one you get to do. That's how the experience has been. Or, hey, we gotta go do this catheter on this patient. And they basically, you get your size gloves, you get the catheter out of the supply closet, go get it, and then you're basically doing it, and they're watching you do it. I've done so many things, like, so far, and I've only been there for, like, a month. That's pretty cool. So, yes, I believe y'all know I can talk. So, don't even, you know, I'm not even offended. I'm not even offended because I know I can talk. But I just really wanted to tell y'all how my experience was going, because I know I did get so excited, and I showed y'all my interview and how the lady only asked me a couple questions and how I was so excited about it, but I didn't tell y'all how my experience has been. So far my experience has been good, and I've told y'all my pros and my cons on it. You can take it and do what you want with it. I do believe as a nursing student, this is a great experience for us. And the fact that this is even given and you're getting paid for it is a great opportunity. I don't think we should take it lightly. And it gives you a feel of the type of nurse you're going to be. So I honestly feel like you take the good with the bad. And out of all the cons that I can say, y'all, there's still a lot of good in it. I'm learning a lot of stuff. Like, I'm learning a lot of stuff. So, I just wanted to share that with y'all. But I just would like for y'all to know, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Leave a brown heart down there and let your girl know that you are here to the end. I'm for real. But for real, let me know that you're here, y'all, because we're about to go on another season of endurance and strength and patience and peace. I'm praying for peace. I'm not hoping, I'm praying for peace. I'm praying for serenity. I'm praying for joy. I'm praying for happiness. I pray that for you too. If you receive it, I pray it. Love, kindness, all the fruits of the spirit. I pray that for you. But ultimately, take it a day at a time, y'all. It's hard out here. Y'all, it takes everything, every night to sing that song. It's hard out here for when you're trying to get some money for the rent. Okay, I'm being silly. But yeah, I'll see y'all in the next video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Leave some love in those comments for me. And don't forget the brown hearts, girly. And I love you guys and have a blessed week.